And then not long after that, they bring in Ron Simmons. He's going to be Farouk Assad, and he attacks you in his debut. Ron Simmons, former world champion at this point. Had you met him before? What were your initial impressions of Ron when he first got there?
I have never met him before. And Ron, the thing I liked about Ron was he was a man about it. On one of his podcasts, he said that I was really jealous of Ahmed. That's why he kicked me in my kidney like he did. And, after we got over that initial hump, I found out he was a great guy, man.
And I mean, so you win a battle royal. You're going to have a shot at the WWF title, and then you're going to face Ron for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. But all of a sudden, you've got a kidney problem, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
basically take 4 months off. So, what happened with the kidney issue? And talk us through how that came about.
He We were supposed to do an angle where I go outside the ring after I win, and he's supposed to attack me. So I knew that. I was like, well, this is a veteran. He's been in the business for a while. So I'm going to open my body up to him, which means I open up my whole right side to him. And then he came, man, and he kicked me with everything he had. And I was like, oh, this is an asshole too. But he kicked me, man, and then at was WrestleMania got him back when me and Road Warriors teamed up.
Yeah, the next WrestleMania, yeah.
WrestleMania, I took him, I got him, man, and I put him through some tables. And I was trying to hurt him. I'll be honest, he hurt me. I was just getting my receipt. But I got him, man, and gave him the pro plunge over on that table, and it broke his ribs. And one of his ribs punctured his lung. So we both put each other in the hospital.
So when the kidney issue happened with you, did Ron apologize for
No,
what happened? So is that
no.
why you felt the need to have a receipt?
Right, right. No, he never apologized. Man, in fact, I haven't received an apology until, what is 30 years later?
I mean, 'cause- yeah. So I mean, so you're out with the kidney thing for 4 months. You're going to be coming back. Were you concerned about your spot at this point because you're out and you're in a big position? Were you worried about what your position would be when you get back?
Yes, I was very worried. And I understand Vince doing what he had to do, make that he had a tournament for the belt because I was out.
Yeah.
And so they had to have a tournament for the belt. But man, I was so disappointed, man. I'm so hurt by it.
But I mean, in some ways, by the time you came back in December of '96, it kind of felt like things were better because Ron had turned into Farouk with the Nation rather than Farouk Assad, and that felt more progressive. It felt different. How did it feel to come back in December of '96 and now it's you versus the Nation? It feels a bit more dynamic.
Oh man, it was cool, man. The audience was into it big time. We had basically settled our beef in the ring. Uh, it was great, man. I mean,
I
it
mean,
was great.
um, did want to mention the first episode of Shotgun Saturday Night, January 1997, in a New York
Mhm.
nightclub, and you Pearl River plunged D'Lo through the bonnet of the car. That's
Right.
a great spot. What do you remember about being told you're going to New York on a Saturday night and then putting this guy through a car with your finish?
Well, when I heard I was gonna be on Shotgun Saturday night, I was happy because I knew the show. Putting D'Lo through the car, that wasn't planned or anything. It was just me, and I just thought it would be a good angle to take him through the car. And the funny part about it was we dented that poor car up so bad, and we don't know who car it was
Mm.
because there was a nightclub across the street, and I was like, somebody's gonna come out here and they're gonna see a big body print on their car, and they're gonna freak out. But we never got a call from it. Nobody ever complained about it or anything. But yeah, it was just an angle I thought of. I want to take them through a car.
Early 1997, you would have various partners that would, help you against the nation. One of those guys was Undertaker. What was Undertaker like to be in the locker room with and be around, given that you guys would team together now and then?
Um, he was all right, man. Undertaker seemed like he was pretty cool people, man. And he was the ring general of the locker room. So whatever Taker said, it goes because he's been there so long. And if you're smart, you'll listen to him and pick up on what he's saying. But it was all right, man.
And then let's talk about WrestleMania 13 in Chicago, you and the Road Warriors together.
Yes.
You've got the spikes on, it's the street fight. Take us back to that day and what you remember about, being in that big spot.
Oh man, being with the Road Warriors, I thought was the greatest thing, especially Hawk. Not so much Animal, but Hawk. Because Hawk was a wild boy, man. He was wild. And he took to me like water to a depth. I mean, we were real tight. And we get some shows together, independent shows that nobody knew about. But we snuck and did some independent shows together, just me and Hawk, not Animal. And Animal found out about it. And brother, he hated me for that.
Is that why
But
you and Animal didn't get along because of those indie shows?
yes, he got so any show. But he was blaming me when he should have been blaming Hawk because Hawk was one booking these shows. And Hawk didn't want you to be booked with him. He wanted me. But I mean, I got nothing to do with that, brother.
And you mentioned, you mentioned the kidney incident with you in July of '96, and then you gave
Hmm.
Ron the receipt here at WrestleMania 13. What was there any reaction or backlash against you for the receipt on Ron?
Um, Not from Vince or anybody. Some of the boys were like, "Oh man, you heard him. That was wrong." But Vince loved it, man, because it was a street fight. In street fight, there is no rules.
Around the same time, WrestleMania 13, you're in this street fight with you and the Road Warriors, and then Steve Austin turns babyface that night in the submission match with Bret Hart. He's got the Austin 316 going, and it felt like you guys were kind of similar in the sense of you're both badass babyfaces. Um, did that feel that way to you? That kind of, we've got two guys, we've got me and this guy who are now becoming a lot more similar in our characters than it used to be. Did you feel that at that point?
Yeah, we were. I felt like we were the closest thing for a match than anybody. 'Cause like you said, here's Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's in his right a badass, and this that, and another. Then you got Ahmed Johnson, who we know is a badass. So let's put them together and see what happens. I thought that's what was going to happen, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it felt like a big match that should have happened.